I was just deleting the old video.
Okay. Where were we? Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah. So basically, I talked about it in one of my one of my episodes of the Let's Play of Pokemon Leaf Green, and these guys pinning, man. This guy's done. About Nintendo should be attacking the PC market, but not in the way that we might think.
Right. Sorry,
I'm talking about
close your ride twice and it'll reset.
Oh, I don't care. I'll get the mechanic to get on it. I'm playing.
Oh, it's broken. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Nintendo challenging PC market.
Yeah, not in the way that people think.
Okay.
I'm talking about releasing a Steam-like, program software, and because they'll never affiliate themselves with Steam. That's for sure. Their main problem.
They won't compete with it, but I mean they'll do well with it.
No, but they don't want to integrate themselves to it.
No,
for sure. Nintendo will never do that.
No, they won't. And you know what? I wouldn't even if they did go to the PC, I would think that was like a step closer to what people want. They wouldn't have to go on Steam, but if they made their own Steam-like thing, I think people would be more in favor of that.
And I'm not talking about releasing new games on it. I'm talking about re-releasing the old games on it. And I'm talking really about the Virtual Console, Virtual Store. Ever since the Wii, you had to buy the same games 5 times. Because,
what do you mean?
Okay, I bought an SNES game and it's really cool, okay?
Yes.
Now I have a Wii U. I have to buy it on the Wii U shop.
For a discount, but yes.
Now I got it on the Wii. I need to buy it on the Wii shop. Now I got it on the 3DS. I need to buy it on the 3DS shop.
To be fair, yes, I know what you're saying. You should just be able to re-download it, but I think it's like $1 or $2 to upgrade yours to the new version, which is a bit scummy. And yeah, I see what you're saying, but so my question is if they did something like that, which this is funny because I actually did bring this up to Garrett. I was like, watch them come out and announce NX as a PC Steam competitor. I did say that as a joke, but I'm I wouldn't be too surprised to see something like that because it's so under the wraps right now. Because people are like, what is it? People are so confused about what it is. Because it's is it a new console? It's it'd have to be. Is it a new portable thing? It's I bet you. No, I would still assume it's a console over some sort of Steam OS. But I would not be surprised. 20% of me wants to say that it's something PC related, just to kind of shock the world. But my question is, with you saying that, is releasing their old games and stuff. My problem is with the Virtual Console already, throughout the entire lifespan of the Wii, and let's just take the worst example we can, the N64. The representation of that on the Wii Virtual Console ended up being 15 games. 15 out of 470. I think they have a really hard time getting the licensing to the games, or they don't try, so they'd really have to put more of an effort into that. There's something there.
That's not bad. Once you have it, you have it. Okay.
Yes.
That's the hardest part. When the point of re-releasing games is longevity, and there's never going to be a more longevity console than PC. That's why we rebuy games on Steam, because they're going to be there in 20 years.
If I want to play, you're playing a game I've bought twice. Because
if I want to play Pikmin 3, I have to refine my Wii U and plug it and play it.
Yes.
Which is not the case on Steam. So if they had their own Virtual Console, people wouldn't be downloading these Super Mario Worlds or the Pokemon games. They would buy it straight off the Virtual Console. Mm-hmm. They would make a quick buck out of it, 2 assure the longevity of the game, combat hacking, and then the last thing is people who would actually play them and download them via emulators would actually pay. I would pay. I said I played Pokemon for the past 7 years. I'm gonna pay $7. I'm gonna pay $10. I'm gonna pay whatever it means. Even if I get it for free, I'm gonna pay for it because I had so much fun with it, and I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna have it into my library.
They need to actually put them on there. Oh, I guess I was about to say they have not put a Pokemon game on the eShop to date, but I guess they have with Red, Blue, and Yellow now. So I guess
they took so long to do it. That's easy money. You're talking about you're putting that maybe let's say $1. You get 1 million download. You make $1 million.
Easy. It is even even if they did make a new console, what's to stop them from putting eShop as a straight up thing on the PC? Just called eShop. You just Nintendo eShop, whatever. It's on there.
And they had so many problems just satisfying their customers. They shut down their reward program. They had started a new one. Like, people were pissed off about that. They're shutting down every creative video on YouTube that includes Nintendo. They were the one hitting the Let's Players the hardest.
I think that stopped a bit, hasn't it?
No, recently they like, people have made like a crazy like Mario Kart video with like 128. It was an animation. It wasn't even a game they created. Right. And they got flagged by Nintendo.
Like flagged and taken down, or just like
flagged and taken down. Revenue? So the guy was like, I don't think he was charging anything for it.
No.
And there's just people doing creative stuff with Nintendo, and they're like, no, you're not allowed to touch our brand.
Yeah, that does hurt them. You think they would have learned when there was such a result of that back in like 2014 when they started that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with it because it is kind of dumb, and they're gonna get less revenue from that, from people pissed off. Because I mean, Let's Playing is basically probably, I think it's been proven, like one of the biggest advertisements for games these days.
It is.
So like,
there's so many indie developers that go out to these people to say, play my game, review it. It might be good.
Oh, I've had it happen. I think you've had it happen too. I mean,
I've had it happen.
Yeah.
Some guy who like wanted me to play his game because say, hey, you're a Let's Player, and trying to get my game out there and promote it.
And it's a symbiotic relationship too, because I mean, it's like they'll give you promotion for playing their game, and you also get the perk of being the first one, like, I guess, to play the game on YouTube. Like I did it with Cosmocoria, and I think I've been approached. I've probably been approached 4 times to play indie games from people. Oh, sorry, I did Cosmocoria, and I did that other Star Fox similar one. I did one video on that because I was given a free copy. Cosmocoria, I thought the game, like, I actually found it on Steam, and like I was like, oh, this looks cool, and I played it. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, what's to stop them from doing that? And they have such an easy time doing this whole thing where they sometimes make games able to connect from, say DS to Wii, or in lesser cases 3DS to Wii U. Mm-hmm. What's to stop them from like supplementing their possible new console with this theoretical eShop thing on PC I'm saying, by like having some sort of cool functionality connectivity from like, say, Super Mario World to Super Mario NX, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Like, just some little modification they make. And they've always had a hard time doing that, too. One of the biggest instances I found really bad is back when Mario Kart 64 was on the, I guess, it wasn't called eShop back then. It was called, anyways, it was on their store. The Wii Shop channel. There you go. It was on there, and people were upset because you couldn't do ghost data in Mario Kart 64 on the eShop version because you didn't have a memory pack. Even though emulators can simply, like, put a virtual memory pack in there and, have you do that. So they said they weren't going into any of their virtual console games and modifying them. They were just putting them on the shop, and you got them as you got them. But then I had Mario Kart 64 after I'd heard this, but I also had Wave Race 64. And I booted up Wave Race 64, and you know what? I'm going around the little tracks in Wave Race 64, and you know what I'm seeing? Is signposts in Wave Race 64 that have been modified to advertise Nintendo Wii and Nintendo DS.
Oh, I saw that. I saw it down your Let's Play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you watched that one, like, way back then. I was just like, okay, so you say you don't go in and modify your games, yet you went into Wave Race to advertise for your consoles.
Oh,
one of which is a console that you're playing on currently.
There's a whole process of playing through the game. Say, what kind of Easter egg did we think we was smart back in the 90s, and now that we're like, no, we can't do that anymore.
What do you mean?
Or like, we're not affiliated to this game. Nintendo has to play back the game. That's why they had so many problems with Earthbound, because it had so many references to other stuff in real life.
Yeah, that's good.
They were talking about the Beatles, they had the Ku-Klux Klan, something like that. And back then it was like, okay, all these jokes passed. And then nowadays they're like, we're going to get flagged for this. This is not going to work. And people were begging for it so hard that they had to give in.
It's kind of ironic when they're flagging people for using their content on YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
It's really ironic. I can see it because I remember there's these racing games on N64 my brother and I loved. I still love them. I'll pick them up every now and then. They're called Rush. The San Francisco Rush, Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA, and San Francisco Rush 2049. All mouthful titles, by the way. But when we played the second one, you would collect keys to unlock cars within the levels. So you go in practice mode and you'd like try and catch these keys that were like in the air, and they're often very hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
Hydro Thunder Hurricane actually did a very similar thing recently on its Xbox Live Arcade release. But one of the things you also got in Rush 2 specifically was Mountain Dew cans. You got Mountain Dew cans to get the Mountain Dew car. So like re-releasing something like that, it's like, yeah, you don't really have the staple on Mountain Dew anymore, do you? Probably not. Like you'd have to like get it back.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure who would be the ones that have to get it back. Because I mean, in that case, that Midway's dead. Midway made those games. Nintendo would probably have to pay something to Midway, I would assume, to release those games, say.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know, do you have anything more to really add to the NX?
Not really. They just have a big job to win back their fans and get their marketing together. I don't think the problem is really with their console and their gimmicks. Like that, yes, that shut down third-party revenue, but they have a way to make themselves a lot of money that they're not using. Right now, they're attacking the mobile market. They think it's a great plan. I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the first.
Apparently, Mitomo's really popular, and they're gonna release a sort of Animal Crossing / Fire Emblem game.
Right.
So I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out.
I guess that is the most like gamed on platform.
Well, because the phone market in Japan is crazy. The phone market in Japan has always been crazy.
Well, it's crazy here too. I mean, people are
not
really
that much.
Well, like really, you see everybody playing phone games to kill time. I'm not one of them personally. I really don't really like mobile games. I think the only one I've ever really played an extensive amount of time into was Plants vs Zombies, and that was like I played that like I would a normal game.
Yeah,
much. It
but
wasn't like a
in America, the type of games are gimmick games that we're playing, and in Japan, it's really like fully fledged games on the phone. Like they would play the Final Fantasies, they would play the Dragon Quest. Final Fantasy Before Crisis was a phone game that never got released in the US.
Right.
And that was totally playable on a flip phone in Japan.
Huh.
And if you see footage of it, it's actually not bad.
I don't know. I haven't been. I guess I'm not really into the handheld thing in general. I can't find comfortable ways to play them, but cell phones especially. I'm just like, I remember like kids playing Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 back in like junior high on their cell phones, and I was like, they're like, oh, this game's so hard, and I remember picking up being like, oh, this game's easy, and I picked it up and I couldn't play it because you don't have physical buttons, and you're like using some circle on the screen that's supposed to represent your D-pad and like two circles that are representing the buttons.
Yeah, I've played with emulators on my phone.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's you need the actual buttons.
Exactly. It doesn't feel good.
And I know there's like little controller things you can buy for your phone, but like phones are not very they've gotten a lot better at being universal with their ports and stuff, but like,
I mean, what's the point? You're customizing your phone so much that get a handheld. Yeah. It just, most of us carries a bag all the time.
Yeah.
Just put in your school backpack and that's it.
Well, it's like these controllers that can't slap onto the phone, like hook onto them. I can see where they're coming from because they want it to be universal for most phones. But at that point, it's like you're setting your phone down as a screen. Why not just get the same game on your PC, plug in a controller? I don't know. That's just me. I know there's a whole phone market out there, but I don't get it. Yeah. And I'd much rather see Nintendo attack the PC market. And I was gonna say though, I think they have probably a stronger fan base in general, because like if they were to release something that is going to be successful, like that is legitimately just like, I don't know, a good idea, whatever it might be, their fans are going to be there, even if they, like you, for example, weren't there on the Wii U. If they released something that appealed to everyone, that also appealed to you, you'd be back. You wouldn't be like, oh, screw Nintendo, they pissed me off with the Wii U. Like, you'd probably buy it, right? Like,
I haven't bought really. I was late on the Wii. I did not buy a Wii U.
right.
I was late on the 3DS and the DS, and I haven't played really since a long time. I don't know. I don't know if I'm at the point where like, oh, Nintendo's getting like too old for me, or
Probably not it.
probably
Like,
not. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if they release something that appealed to you, like their new console or their new thing that, like we said, might be like a Steam app kind of sort of thing. Like, if they're still releasing games you were into, you'd probably be there. Like, that's what I'm saying.
it would be completely stupid to snub a company for trivial reason.
But people do. That's the thing.
That's the thing. I mean, like,
It's
like,
the same
oh,
reason people argue over what's better: Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Xbox, or PS2. You know,
like,
or I guess more over 360 versus PS3.
I
don't
find
think
it
there's much.
astonishingly stupid. You like a game, yet they made maybe a spin-off that you don't like, and you stop playing it. It's like people saying like, I don't like Final Fantasy anymore because 9 was bad. That's a bad example. 9 was really great, but
I was gonna say people love 9.
yeah, I was like before, I don't know, 12, because 13. Everybody hates 13.
Except you like 13.
I like
People
13.
do like 13. It's just there's a large majority.
But a lot of
that do
people said like Final Fantasy sucked. Like 11 was an MMO, 12 sucked, 13 sucked, 14 was terrible before they updated it. But
not. I
most
like
people
12
don't play
for the
MMO.
record. For the record, I like 12.
Yeah, I know. Everybody loves different kind of Final Fantasy, and that's all right, you know.
Well, that's been Final Fantasy's thing too. Is every game they change up their battle system to a significant amount that's
It's
also
unique.
not a significant amount.
But there's such this ongoing battle between you gotta keep things innovative and you gotta keep things new. That
think-
nobody seems to have found a balance.
Arguably, the least innovative Final Fantasies have probably been represented by 1, 3, and 5, because there's been 3 of them that are very similar, where you pick your job classes, and I've got to say those are also 3 of my favorites. Well, one I find kind of hard to get into with the lack of story, but I love the job class thing. But that is a system they use 3 times. But largely, they try and switch up their systems every time. And I guess you could argue, I haven't played much of 6, but I think 4 and 6 are pretty similar in the vein that you... do you have your party chosen for you in 6 as well?
No. You got like
No.
12 characters, and they pretty much say, "Oh, here's the 5 you can choose. Choose 3."
Oh, so you picked them still.
Oh yeah. There's
Okay,
some
so,
cases that you like kind of have to
I'll
pick
retract
some.
that then. I thought it was like 4 in the vein that like you were given whatever.
No, 6 is very like okay, we'll split the party, and then it actually lets you split the party.
Oh, and you use like both parties.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I know.
So
7 did
if
that
you
first.
if you go like into some like was magic tower and you send out your physical guys, you're gonna have a hard time.
7 did that for like. I
The
remember
fi-
they did that
the
for like,
final
the final
boss. That
That's
was
it.
so stupid. I was like,
And I remember they did it for the final boss, and it's like at that point I used to play it where like I would.
I don't
specialize
remember
3
how to
characters.
trigger it though. I would always do it with only one party. I think there's a sub
It depended on
command.
your level. If you were like level 40 or like under level 50, you only got to use one party. If you're like over level 50, you got to use like 2 parties, and if you're over level 60, you got to use like 3 parties.
Oh, okay.
That's how it worked, because I remember I was level 89, I got to use them all. But then it's like it asks you if you want to switch, and then like I always specialized in the 3 characters I was planning to use for the finish. So it's like I didn't want to switch the other ones. And it's like it's kind of a weird thing that they put that in at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like you think that would be something that
They had to program it. They had to, work on it.
Yeah, and then they use it once.
It's not.
And
used.
it's not even for the final boss, technically. It's for, like, the first final boss out of 2.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's odd. Yeah. Speaking of innovative, not innovative, have you watched the trailer for I Am Setsuna?
No, I don't keep much on gaming news, to be completely honest.
Chrono Trigger / Chrono Trigger style of game. Not about time mechanic, but really old school party art, everything. It's done by Square Enix, and it's been promoted as a game that talks to like old school RPGs.
Okay.
About
Which is pretty much what Bravely Default did.
yeah, basically, but with art style that it's very like it's 2D, but it's not pixels. It's 2D.
Okay.
And and it tries to. It has the same combat system as Chrono Trigger, as it's somewhat active, somewhat
Locational.
Got to trigger some tricks and tips and multiple combo skills and stuff like that. It's a really similar combat style Chrono Trigger. And it looked decent. I was like, oh, it's going to be released on PS4 and on PC. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I might give it a shot.
Oh, let's keep an eye out for that. I was going to say, I don't remember if... Yeah, you're into platform. Were you into the 3D platformers as much? Like, I guess
Yeah, I was.
Like, what I'm segueing to is, are you interested in ukulele at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, I seem to remember you not being interested in that, but I wanted to talk about it quickly because
I can talk about it.
That's the only. Sorry.
I can talk about it. No problem.
Yeah, it's the only Kickstarter I have ever funded because, as you know, DK64 is like one or two in my all-time favorite games with DKC3, their Donkey Kong Country. I really want another 3D platformer like that, and it's being done. I'm sure it doesn't need much of an introduction. It's being done by the former Rare team, pretty much, that has made their own company, and they're doing it. They got funded extremely well to the point where they're supposed to add all these crazy things, like an N64 version of the game that literally is going to come out on the N64 as well. I think is one of the crazy things that got funded. But it costs like a bunch to buy that. I just bought the Steam version anyways. When I kickstarted, it was like $15. But that you haven't heard anything from that in a while. Like they were sending out emails every week, and I think that's how Kickstarter works. The Kickstarter company is supposed to email you all the time. I don't know, but it's the only Kickstarter I support, and they kept emailing me like updates on what was going on. And then they said they weren't going to provide any updates for a while because Kickstarter ended, and they were just going to focus on production. They emailed recently and said they were supposed to be announcing something big. I think it was like a release date or something finally. Pretty soon. Actually, I can pull up the email here. Okay, let me just...
that's stupid. Replacing the roads, replace the benches.
Who can fathom that ukulele Kickstarter was a year ago this week? We're popping up a bottle in tribute, but the real celebration starts a little later. Playtonic's Andy Robinson and Steve Males recently provided a status update on the project of the DK Vine Conversation Show. Backers should expect big news in the state of ukulele very soon. Hold tight, we intend to make you happy. So I guess they're intending to announce something big. I think they already kind of have like a release date, so I don't know if it's that. It's supposed to be like holiday 2016, so I think. I don't know.
I think it's going to be one of these overrated games.
Well, here's the thing. If the hype gets people going like that, like, here's the problem with hype. If you get your like expectations too high, then something can be good while not meeting your expectations, making you think it wasn't very good. Which is why I like never really bought into hype, and I'm still not really with ukulele. Like I bought it and I was excited when I heard it was coming out, but I really haven't thought about it much since I had kickstarted it and purchased it back then. I'm sure as soon as it comes out, I will be on it day one, but I'm not really going to be focusing too much on it. And I think it definitely could not live up to the hype, given the amount of hype it has.
I think it won't.
I don't think it will either. I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be something I will thoroughly enjoy. But I think it'll be something that is going to probably, I think, only slightly disappoint people.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be like a big...
No, it's not going to be a disaster. I'm going to tell you that. It's not going to be a disaster.
It's just not going to be what people are expecting it to be.
Exactly.
Because the problem is, with like a lot of people are like, I played Banjo-Kazooie back in the day. I really liked it. So most people haven't played Banjo-Kazooie and don't realize that they don't really like that format anymore. Because, let's be honest, the format wasn't really perfected back then. 3D platforming was still very new.
There was two type of things. Actually three. You can go or four. You can go to Super Mario 64 style, where It's
Yes.
staged. It's mission based, one at a time, and that worked for them.
Yes.
You can go to Banjo-Kazooie style, where one giant map, everything is scattered. Pick whatever you want to do first, but some of them were really just a joke. Walk up to it, oh, here's a jiggy. You know?
Yeah.
I don't remember working that hard in my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play, and I suck at platformers.
And you're right. But
I suck
one
at
thing they
them,
did-
and I
one thing
100%ed that game.
Yeah, one thing they did say at least is, I think I remember someone along the way, they said it would be more similar to DK64, which I think is what might drive people nuts. Because I played DK64 first, right?
Yeah.
When I was very young, we got it for like Christmas. And then I played it many, many, many times. And Banjo-Kazooie I bought probably 4 or 5 years ago and played it for the first time on the N64. And I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, I didn't mean to say earlier that these games weren't good. I'm saying the formula of platformers were not perfected. The cameras were temperamental. The frame rates weren't quite there all the time. Obviously, the hardware didn't live up to it back then. But the thing is, they really moved on from like platformers, 3D ones, in recent years. And I think it's because it's not what people really wanted, but that's why there's good representation and reason to bring it out now, because people probably realize they want it again, and they'll be able to do everything right. But if it's more in the vein of DK64, where it's not literally just walk up and get this, like yes, DK64 had a shit ton of regular bananas that were just all over the place, walk up and grab them. Most of the golden bananas, the main collectible of DK64, required you to do a lot more than just walk up to something. At bare minimum, it was like... I guess there was a few instances where, like, at the start of the game, where it would be, like, right there in front of the World 1 entrance, whatever. That's, like, 1 or 2 of them, or, you know, like, open this door and there's one. There's very few instances of that. Most of them are, like, do a whole minecart ride, and you get a golden banana if you meet the goals of the minecart ride. Or, like, I don't know, you just had to do various tasks to do them. It seemed a bit more... I know what you're saying with Banjo-Kazooie. It seemed like there's a bit more depth to actually collecting the main collectibles of the game.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they're interested in that. But
I'm just saying they're going to suffer from comparison issues.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about 2 games right now. One called Citizens of Earth. Have you heard of that game?
I have not. No.
That game has been praised. Not praised. Has been hyped as Earthbound 2.0.
Okay. Did you talk about this last stream? I feel like
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It has been. It says like, oh well, you know, it's Earthbound because it's funny, it's wiki, and it's one of the most terrible reviews on Steam. The game has been such a letdown. Another game is Azure Striker Gunvolt. And that's a game I've bought on the 3DS, who was made by the guy who made Mega Man, Inafune, I think. The game was good, but I personally like it, but the reviews on Steam said they were terrible. They did not enjoy the game.
Right.
So 2 games are coming out right now that I think are going to flat out just be overhyped and terrible. Is going to be Yooka-Laylee and Mighty Number 9.
Mighty Number 9. Wait, you think? I think you said you didn't think Yooka-Laylee was going to be terrible. You just thought
it's not going to be terrible. Sorry, it's going to be like overhyped in the way that it's not going to be that good, but people won't be able to admit it because they say like, oh well, we can't let this down, and they might be right because the best way to get 3D platformers back is by supporting it.
Right.
That's how it's going to happen. Nintendo will somehow say, well, let's get our hands off our ass and start releasing Galaxy 3, Sunshine 2, or whatever else. They probably have another plan for it, but when's the last time they have released a proper new mechanical... I mean, anything. I think they can come out with something completely new. But let's face it, Galaxy 2 is an extension of Galaxy 1. It's better in every single way, but it's the same core mechanic. Right. That has been somewhat different from Sunshine, that has been somewhat different by 64. And they haven't released that since 7 years now. Yes.
If they make a Sunshine 2, and we are both still YouTubing, this is how much I don't believe this will happen. We're racing that, like, midway.
Blind.
Yes, I'm vowing that we'll do that because I also don't think it's going to happen, but I would love it.
I'm buying an X4, and I will do it.
We're like both just not YouTubing at that point. Haven't talked in like 5 years. It's like 2024 or something. It's like
Cameron,
this
it's
game came
on.
out. What?
They're like, Cameron, you're on.
Yep. It's like okay, we're returning to YouTube 10 years later.
Oh my god, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So sorry, my number 9. Are you saying? Or were you saying that is going to be?
It's gonna be overhyped, not that
overhyped.
great, but people are still gonna praise it.
That's the Mega Man style thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. That's the problem with hype. It really is.
Because
like I guess I really haven't met any, but there's still people that did not like Star Wars 7.
There's a lot of difference between like the Nintendo hype and the rest of the hype.
Mm.
The rest of the hype are easily gonna let you know that they have been let down. But
Right.
Nintendo fans are gonna be like, well, I still have to support Nintendo, or else, they're not gonna be something. If Mighty Number 9 does not get good reviews despite being not good, then what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, well, the Mega Man genre is dead. We're never gonna make another game again.
I don't know if they'd necessarily go to that extreme. I think there's
That's
some
the
recognition.
point. They're trying to revive the franchise because the guy who did Mega Man quit,
Yes. Okay.
and they're trying to say, well, you know what? We can revive this franchise as Mighty Number 9.
Fair enough, and you could be more right. That is a bit more niche. That is a specific. Very
So
specific
people are
style
gonna
of game.
like the game whether the game is good or bad.
Yeah, that is a very specific style of game, and I can see.
And the
like,
same
if it
thing's
goes
gonna happen
wrong-
with ukulele.
Well, ukulele is a bit more of a genre, less so.
Yeah, but still, it's been 7 years since there was a good platformer, that 3D platformer that came out.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Mighty Number 9 is a platform. I'm saying
They
like,
put a lot of money on Splatoon.
Yeah, well, that paid off, did they not? Did it
Kinda.
not?
But did people buy the Wii U for Splatoon? I don't
Probably
think
not.
so. The one who
Probably.
the one who owned it bought it because they say, oh, they bought it for Smash, they bought it for whatever game, but they didn't buy it for Splatoon.
No.
It paid off because people who owned it bought it, but that didn't increase their
personally bought mine for Mario Kart,
increase their console sell at all.
I don't know if there's like many console sellers. I think I was kind of in that same vein with Wii U, and don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed my Wii U experience, but yeah, it definitely was like Mario Kart. Mario Kart, I think, was the thing that pushed me over to finally buy it.
It took how many years until Mario Kart came out?
But yeah, the thing is, when I bought my Wii U, yeah, there was already a stack of games that I don't want to say a stack. There was a few games I already wanted. And when I bought my Wii U, it was like there was currently a promotion that if you bought Mario Kart 8, you got either Pikmin 3, I think Nintendo Wii Party U or whatever that is, or something else free.
And then
like,
just
other
months
two
later,
games were
Smash came out.
yeah, the other two games in that promotion were garbage.
That's
I
where
bought,
it became so popular.
I bought Mario Kart 8 when I bought my Wii U. And I bought the Wii U bundle of New Super Mario Bros. U with Luigi U, which is something I also wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So I got those two games, plus Mario Kart 8, plus Pikmin 3 when I bought my Wii U.
Yep. And people got so sick about the U games, and I'm talking about the newer Super Mario Bros. Like, they did like 4 variations, like back to back to back. They've released 2 different styles on DS. They released...
You might want to backtrack.
Actually, do you know what game that's actually decent?
Don't confuse that with the new... You said newer. Don't confuse that with the newer Mario hacks.
Yeah, that's a hack.
Fantastic.
Uh,
those change things. Those are hacks.
yeah.
Like, the new Super Mario Bros. Franchise. I know what you're saying, yeah.
And, yeah, people just got sick of it. They're like, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
New Luigi U, new Mario U, it was all like... It was really good because the first one came out.
Mm.
And,
Like
yeah.
the DS one,
The last good original Mario game I want to say is 3D Land on the Wii U. 3D World.
Well, are you not willing to give New Super Mario Bros. Credit for where credit's due? It brought back, like, the DS one, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm talking... The Wii one was really good.
Yeah, okay, this is where I stand on it. And I like all of them, all 4,
Mm-hmm.
however many there are. I liked the DS one when it came out.
Yeah.
I really thought the Wii one did a better job, and it also added enough. It put it on another popular console.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think it was more than warranted to come out. And they
That
added
was great.
Multiplayer support. That was
Yeah.
the big thing.
That was the big
So-
thing.
Those 2 were definitely warranted. And then the Wii U one I think the Wii U and the one on 3DS came out at like the same time, and it's kind of confusing, like why they would release them around the same time. But I guess it's like if you want one for the I guess it depended on what console you had. It was
And
like,
then they did WiiU, which made no sense.
It was Year of Luigi.
I know it was the Year of Luigi, but they're
it
like
is the same world map. It is just it's short. It's levels that give you 100 seconds per level, and they're more difficult, I guess. That's the change there. So I mean, I the only ones I really warrant as being that's coming out is the DS and the Wii one. And you know, I could see it if it like if they stopped there and then the NX came out and then they released the third one. It's like okay, it's been long enough.
It would have been fun once per console, but
Yes.
because I think the new was released late in the Wii development, and the new on the Wii U, the new U was like really early.
Oh yeah, you're talking like 2006 or 7 for the Wii one, and then
8.
you know what? Yeah,
9?
2008 I think for
And
the
then
Wii one.
10 for you.
Was it? Did the Wii U come out in 2010? I thought it was more like 2000. It was
The
2011.
Galaxy was in 2009, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure the Wii U was 2011, and that New Super Mario Bros. U was a launch title. And if they'd done things differently, if they'd made 3D World their launch title, like they really should not have gone off of Mario U.
Oh yeah.
Although personally, I gotta say, well, I don't think they're warranted. I think Mario U is probably my favorite of the bunch. I feel like it's the perfected formula. You can do 4-player support better because the screen's more zoomed out on 1080. It looks great, and it's just it plays well. I personally willing to admit I put 40 hours into that game. Like I completed it. It was fun, but like I definitely didn't see the need for it to be around so soon.
Yep.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's just people are kind of not sure what's gonna happen with Nintendo. That's what scares them. Like for multiple years, there's been rumors of like them being in debt and
Yep.
making
Sega
money.
2.0 kind of thing.
They're trying to revive some franchises. I mean, they've recently announced that Fire Emblem is now a major franchise.
You know what? Well, have they not had enough success to warrant calling it that? I'm
Well,
pretty sure
a lot of games were not ported to US.
Really?
People started asking the game when Melee came out because Roy was awesome and Marth was awesome. They were like, hey, why aren't we getting these games? These characters are awesome.
Oh, so it's been a problem like way back.
Oh, what? Way back. And now
Yeah, I don't follow the franchise. I don't
And then-
think Gear does.
Awakening was like franchise changing on the 3DS was such a success. And I think
And then they released 2 at once recently.
Yeah.
correct?
they kind of released this kind of like dark versus light quest, and then you can pick either side, and it's
That's
really
kinda
cool. But apparently it
It's kinda
does
like a
not have
Pokemon
good
thing, or
reviews.
is it very different games?
It's the same story but different games.
Okay.
So like it's one from the point of view of like I don't want to say bad guys, but the dark side, and one from the point of view from the light side.
Okay. That could. Correct
So-
me if I'm wrong. That novel's been.
so
one
basically
game,
it's
though?
like-
something like Knights of the Old Republic did that as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like nobody's evil. It's just that we have different point of views, and this is what we're preaching for, and you guys are in a way.
Okay. All right. So kind of like a Team Magma, Team Water, or whatever thing.
Bumper cars.
Can't think of it. Team Aqua thing. There you go.
Yeah, Team Aqua. Like, oh,
Team Aqua,
good.
Team Magma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked about like, you know what? Team Rocket is has probably been the most environment friendly villains in Pokemon.
Wasn't like the one in Black and White. Weren't they just like complete hypocritical idiots? That's what I was told.
Black and White. No, they had these all idealism versus realism.
Yeah.
And they're basically PETA. They're like, oh, your
Yes.
Pokemon did not like being trapped and whatever, and you should all give it to me.
But we're gonna use Pokemon in fights to fight you for that fight.
It was actually epic. I don't. Did you play the games?
I tried to play Pokemon White twice, I think, and I got about a couple hours in both times. I got really frustrated.
Do you
The
mind a
first time I got
spoiler?
No, because I do feel like I will try again someday.
Okay, so you don't want to be spoiled.
No.
Okay, but basically, it's one of the best final boss villain that I've enjoyed in a Pokemon game. I mean, we're talking about like Giovanni from Gen 1.
Ooh.
Like, you battle Giovanni and you're like, I just beat a Team Rocket. Like, in the Silph Go, and then you beat it back in Gym 8 and it wasn't really special. Like, when you beat Archie in Team Aqua in the Sapphire, you're like,
Yeah. Really.
But this is like one of the first games that was like, holy shit.
I feel like
I had to beat the crap out of the guy.
I love Gen 3, don't get me wrong. I feel like they almost try to like throw too much into there.
Oh, they missed the whole Team Aqua Magma thing. I think it was done terribly.
And there's no rival really.
And it was
like,
so good. It was
is
like,
May really a rival? May's like a friend. It's like there's not
May
really
is nobody. May is literally the daughter of the Professor Elm.
Yeah, but you still fight her like a rival.
You fight her 2 times in the games, and the third one is 3 times, and the fourth one is optional.
Is it only that many times?
Oh yeah. You fight her first fight of the game, first trainer of the game.
That barely counts. So.
And then you meet her all the way between the route between Malval City and I forgot the beach name, Slateport.
Right.
And then the last time you beat her is in the Weather Institute.
Yeah, so it's less rival based and more like
hey, we've met you. Oh, you're there. Let's test out your Pokemon. And then the other final optional time is when she's in front of the department store.
Right. It's not that there's too much going on. There's just not much going on in the way of rivals. It's all based on, like, what's it? The corporations, like the teams or whatever.
The Aqua Magma? Not really. Yeah. Not even. That's the worst part.
It's like there's focus on it, but there's not really. Like, there's something about it, and I can't finish my sentence if you want.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're like, okay. You first met them. They want the Petalburg goods. Okay, what are they gonna do with it? That's nobody knows. And then they are in the Aqua Museum for whatever reason. And then afterwards, they steal a meteorite and to like awaken ground down. But that didn't work on Sapphire. That was more like a magma thing. But Aqua still did in Sapphire.
Yeah,
they steal a meteorite. And then they stole a submarine to go to Kyogre, and then they awakened. No, they went to the check. The only thing that they did is they actually stole the blue orb, went to Kyogre when they stole a submarine, and that was it. All the rest beforehand was total bullshit.
I'm not going to be one to claim that stories are by any means the strong suit in Pokemon, because they really aren't. Not even in Gen 1. Obviously, there's satisfaction.
How many times do you fight your rivals in Gen 1?
Several, and it's always satisfying to fight them. But I mean, you're not paying attention to the story when you're playing Pokemon.
But you always want to beat the crap out of Blue.
Oh, totally. But
like,
I mean,
the first fight, there's that optional fight in Viridian.
Yep.
And then you fight him on the bridge in Cerulean, and then you fight him on the ship in Vermilion, SSN. Then you fight him in Lavender Tower, and then you meet him once again in Viridian, going to the left, and then you meet him again in the final battle of the game. The whole point is beat the crap out of your rival.
I know, and it's very satisfying.
It was the best.
Yes, it's done right. But
May
the majority of the game
May sucked. I'm sorry.
The majority of the game is not story-based, like the third one, I guess, tries to be. And this is why that does not take away from the third generation at all for me. It's because the game is still focused on the gameplay, the team building, and all that. So,
I like Tree.
Oh, I love 3. Like, I'm just saying, like, in either case, it's not heavily story-based. There's just that extra little, like, cherry on the cake for the first gen that it's fun to beat the crap out of.
It's because when you were battling Team Rocket in Gen 1, it felt like they were doing bad stuff. They were in the game corner. They were in the Silph Skull. They were in the Lavender Tower. They were in Mount Moon. And they always had something. It was never even clear what their whole plan was. It was just gangsters being evil.
Yep. And they try to, like, replicate that every generation.
And it works so well. And I think they done it also so well in Gen 2. But Gen 3 was terrible. It was just like, we're here. Then we have a second team. But they're your friend. But they also have crazy idyllic views. Your rival's not even interesting. You're battling Wally for two times in the games.
Wally. Oh,
you bought him in Malval City, and when you exit Victory Road, and he's stupid easy both times.
the Wally thing.
And then he
don't
kept
even get me
like
started.
that's completely nuts. That it makes no sense. Why Wally? They should have put. They should have
a better job.
It would have been so easy just to put May there. Put May there. Put May at the end of Victory Road. You fight her 5 times. But now she's like, nah, I'm not gonna be a Pokemon master.
Wally's that little cousin you never take seriously.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just, It's like, I'm gonna be great someday, but he never really is. But he like thinks is. He's like, oh, my Ralts is amazing. Oh, you beat the shit out of me because I'm only using one type of Pokemon.
Remember the bad guy from Pokemon Silver?
I have not played Gen 2.
Really?
No.
Huh. Interesting. You should play it.
Yeah, I know. I've had Soul Silver for 5 years. And,
Soul Silver actually adds something interesting to that guy.
I know I'll get to it at some point. I haven't yet. I mean, I did play it a bit once, but it was at the end of one of my RPG phases, so I was not very into it, like anymore, into the RPGs, that is.
Yeah.
So I got far enough to level up my Cyndaquil a bit. So when I did my next Pearl playthrough, I traded my Cyndaquil to Pearl because there's no fire types in Pearl. There's like the starter and that's it. And then Ponyta, Rapidash. That's literally, like, I'm not even joking. You can get the fire starter, which I don't like in Gen 4. And you can get Ponyta. So I was like, well, I want a fire-type Pokemon, and I have this Silver playthrough I didn't finish, so I just traded my Cyndaquil to my Pearl. And used him there. I've had the Gen 2 experience in one of the starter Pokemons, because he got all the way up to Typhlosion, and I pretty much beat that file. So...
I thought that was a pretty awesome Gen 4 Pokemon that was fire-type.
Chimchar?
No.
I wasn't big on him.
No... I kind of liked him when he was playing against me because I was like, oh, well, he's decent. Let's see. Okay, there's absolutely none. Holy shit, you're right.
I like Gen 6's Fire Starter, but...
There's none pure fire type. What about mixes? Etran, he doesn't count. Rotom doesn't count. Victini.
What are you talking about?
Gen 4 fire type. You're right. There's practically none.
Like, I think they put more in Platinum, but if you're playing Pearl...
No, they haven't. Well, yeah, because they had some of, like, the older generations.
Yeah.
But newly created ones, I don't think so.
No, there's not much.
Okay, Cameron, get ready to have balloons everywhere.
Oh, are you actually going to complete your goal?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. No, I mean, soon. I got a month left.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, literally, I bought balloons.
Gotta find something to talk about for that.
I mean, everybody must buy balloons. I gotta make them dirt cheap. 60 cents. Only making like 30 cents profit. Actually, I'm gonna make like 0 profit. Here we go. 10 cents. Everybody buy the balloons.
All the balloons.
And then I'm gonna send a promotion to people to buy balloons.
Are you meeting your requirements?
Huh? Maybe.
Are you meeting your...
Oh, yeah. I'm good.
Like, this level must really be easy if you're able to do it with that.
I want to give... Oh, I wasn't paying any attention to it. Like,
oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
Free food. I don't know. I want to give free balloons. I can't give... Oh, man, that sucks. Free entry to a free park.
I'm actually looking at downloading a mod. Well, at least for my Windows Millennium, I'm going to download a mod to unlock all the parks. Because I can do that now. See, back when my computer, we're going way back when that laptop was a Windows 98, you couldn't USB any files to it because you had to like have a disk for the USB drive to install it. But Windows Millennium can detect USBs as they are, so now I can transport whatever I want there. So I brought Roller Coaster Tycoon Deluxe there, and I'm probably going to bring the completed game because I'm going to actually run through the game over the years. I'm sure it'll take years on my actual PC here. And then my Millennium is just like, if I want to play it, it's there, I guess.
Nobody up buying balloons, man.
I put my Windows Millennium up in my room now, so I have something up in my room that isn't the Wii U.
Yeah, I think I'm good on my goals. It's 500 guests in 3 years. I mean, seriously.
That's not too bad.
With a park rating of 600.
Do you like the goals?
I mean, look at all this that I haven't, like...
Oh, I know. Holy shit, dude.
Touched.
I'm sure if you were paying more attention.
Oh yeah,
That's why I stopped. Like this whole conversation, I've not been playing anything because I was gonna start Three Monkeys Park, the level, and then I found I was just scrolling around while I was talking, so I didn't like. I just like screw it.
yeah. Same here. I just leave it, and I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I found like over the years I've gotten like really creative with my roller coaster designs. Like every time it's just like I wing it, but it looks beautiful.
nice. I'm actually proud of this. This is nice.
Like I don't know, I go very roller coaster tycoon style when I build my roller coasters, because like most people when they'll build roller coasters, they'll build them like all over the park and stuff. Like kind of like I don't know, like your log flume for example. I like try and weave my roller coasters and stuff in through each other as much as I can. Like make them as compact as I can. I don't know. I think it just like I don't know. It doesn't look nicer necessarily. Because I like it like that. Like it's just like the long, take up a lot of space ones are like appealing to me too. I just don't build them enough.
Well, this is terrible because the waiting lines are way too long.
Oh, I know. This
is a really slow ride. I keep forgetting. I should have just put it back here.
It's really nothing special. I mean, it's one drop. But I mean, like, when you build a roller coaster yourself, it's probably not very compact.
It's exciting.
Is it?
You got all this to digest. The drop you have.
Just like call it drop the base. It's like one drop. It's like wait for it, drop, done.
Nobody's buying balloons, Cameron.
It's like the Jurassic Park ride, but not good.
Cameron, we have to start selling free balloons.
Yeah, there you go.
Because people are not buying balloons. No, they're just ignoring it. Come on, man.
Trap them on an island.
They're free balloons. There you go. Jeez. This guy said no. I'm like, I can't afford balloons. Seriously?
Friggin' helium.
We're gonna reach our goals and nobody's gonna have balloons? Well, they're gonna release these fake balloons? No, they actually released the balloon there. That's right.
Okay, good. I still have 11 hours till I gotta wake up. That sounds fine.
Yeah.
I think once you work 3 a.m. shifts for a long time, the regular 9 to 5 does not seem so bad to wake up for.
Yeah.
Maybe a blessing in disguise.
I might be making not a lot of money if I bunker cars.
Bumper cars.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't been paying attention. I'm pretty sure I have like...
I like how it's just like you made everything red. That's what all I saw you do this entire session.
Yeah, I usually change all the tents and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can do that in the deluxe version, right?
Right. That's what I liked about 2, when I had like the wooden castle.
Yeah, I never had the deluxe version growing up.
I don't have a lot. I just have like oops.
There was an Xbox version of this game too.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Xbox original? Yeah, there was an Xbox original version of this game.
How about that?
Yeah, right? I remember my cousins actually had it, but I played it like once. It was interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna get the water slide one day after I did everything. I should have unchecked what I don't need, but I don't care.
Yeah. Probably because it's getting late.
Oh my god, my
Late
park
to me is
rating
now
is going
8
down,
o'clock.
man.
Meanwhile, you're at like 11 o'clock right now.
Oh no, man. I know. I finally hired my first security guard. When everybody's happy, you don't need one.
Yeah.
When you delete all your benches.
Oh, I just have a hard time imagining that. It's like a wooden bench. How do they break it down the middle? Do they just keep like kicking it with their heels?
Yeah, it's vandalism.
But like how? I guess the boards aren't very strong.
They're jumping on it, I guess. Nobody bought balloons. I'm really disappointed. There were free balloons at the entrance, and they're like...
Did you mark them the same price throughout park?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's check.
I don't know. I guess they just don't want balloons. That's kind of strange.
Best value. Of course, we're giving out free balloons.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets it. Guess. If I need to reveal real names.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find a Cameron.
I
need to find Cameron M.
That's a deluxe edition thing, I believe, too. Usually they're just numbered guests.
You're not there, Cameron. The water's... Oh, it needs to be the end of October. I can still work the water slide then.
Oh my god, really?
I don't have a Brian either.
Do you have a Colby or a Garrett?
They better be.
If there's a Colby or Garrett, trap him
There's
on
a-
an island.
Cody. Garrett G.
Ooh, there we go.
He's on bumper cars. I can't do anything.
Make an island for him for when he gets off the bumper cars.
Isn't he not G?
He's Garrett L. Just like change it to an L. Nobody will know.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, okay.
First of all, I need to get that water slide.
Find another guest quick.
Why?
Find another guest. Make sure they're sad.
Let's just put a random water slide over there.
Okay.
What's my park rating?
Find another
Oh
guest.
shit,
and
it's dropping down.
Make sure they're unhappy. Like find an unhappy guest.
I kind of want to put my park rating up.
Hang on. Find an unhappy guest.
No, I'm not happy with my park
One
rating.
unhappy
I'm gonna
guest.
put a whole bunch of water springs everywhere. We need more happy.
And then find an unhappy guest.
This guy's unhappy.
Is he?
No. Freaking Vaughn. You can see them. They don't walk as fast.
Let's find one that's like kind of unhappy. Like doesn't need to be really.
This guy, Bridget.
Okay. Now change your name.
Oh no, he's happy again.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah. I think there's an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
No, everybody's happy because look at that guy. No.
Well, if they're neutral, it's fine. Just find something that's not smiling.
Okay. Well, just a sec. Man, everybody's happy in my park, Cameron. Don't you have
That's
that
good.
problem? Okay, this guy's neutral.
Okay. Change his name.
Yep.
Okay. Type Melanie. Like with an EI.
French Melanie.
I-E.
I-E, not E-I.
Yeah, sorry. I-E. So Melanie. Put a space
Yeah.
after Melanie, and then write Warren, as in W-A-R-N.
W-A-R-N.
Now just click enter.
Huh.
You see the face?
Yeah. Everybody be happy now.
There's cheat names. I don't remember all of them, but that makes...
Probably a programmer in this game?
Probably. It makes that guest in particular really happy. If you call one Tony Day, it makes them eat a lot. I think that's all I remember.
Oh my god,
I
my
know
park,
the
my
third
park
game-
rating is dropping. I need like a...
I know in the third game you can call a guest John Wardley to make no like height limits on anything, so you can build anything as tall as you want.
I need to be above like 600. And it's like dropping down,
Hey,
man.
Can you name the handyman?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to make sure my park rating's okay. Why is it dropping down? Oh man, I need something quick.
Just do some advertising campaigns for the park. You know how to do that?
Oh, this is a good one.
Do advertising campaigns for the
No
park.
man, I don't have time for this shit, man. I'm freaking out. No, it's steadying, yeah. Is it because this is still freaking closed? Want me to hire like a 75 mechanics? Want me to mow the lawns? Where we're giving out free balloons.
But there's not a whole lot of grass.
No, it's gone up again.
What does it need to be?
600.
What's it at?
671. Oh, it dropped.
Do an advertising campaign for the park. Easy rating.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here. Free entry to my already free park.
Yeah. You didn't feed the park at all?
No, it's
Like
one
of the best ways to make
it's
money.
one of these free park expensive rides.
That's Roller Coaster Tycoon. You can still like feed them both in this game.
Yeah, true.
Okay, can you name the mechanic? I don't actually know.
Let's see.
You
Probably.
have one
Oh
right
yeah.
there. Oh wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
It's gonna be raining and everybody's gonna be throwing their umbrellas when it's done. Guess I
They
could
don't have
put.
umbrellas, do they?
Oh, the amount of litter! Oh my god,
Handyman.
that's the
I got
problem.
Like 600 of them.
Because I got stupid handymans mowing grass.
That's why you disable the grass.
Quick, fix up the. Let's find it. Let's find it later. I think we're good. Just
Okay.
drop in here.
How many days do you have left in October?
4 probably.
Okay. You can highlight, yeah. What did it say? I can't read it.
26.
26, okay. Not bad. I think my headset's dying too.
Cool.
Yep. So I'll edit this all down later when I'm not working 8 out of 9 days, by the way. Unless
that's fine.
I get hired at this other job, then I'm not working that much.
That's fine.
Well, the problem is they're like full-time right now, and it's like frickin' 9-10 hours I'm gone every day. So it's... Is it? Oh, it's Garrett. Garrett on his island.
Yeah.
Classic Garrett. Oh, give him Alex as well.
Damn it! I gotta find an Alex. Real
No,
quick.
just name one Alex.
There's one name Alex.
There you go. Just change it to Alex R. There you go.
Rush R. There you go.
There you go. Garrett and Alex.
What happens when you put 2 dude on an island?
They're gonna clap at you, so clearly they're happy.
Yay, balloon!
You should make your name in the scenario chart in loving memory of Garrett and Alex. Rip. Island death.
Sticky Yoshi. Cotton candy's tall. Too late for that.
Okay.
Park value of 5,000. That sucks.
That's because of your debt, probably.
Yay! Save game. So what did
Alright.
So what did I actually unlock? Curious.
Something.
Let's try. Let's check. Trinity Island.
It's alright. I find that one kind of difficult.
Several islands from basic for new. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, this one's cool.
It's okay. Like, I don't find it difficult. I mean, I just find it like...
I like it. It's really big too.
It's not really.
Where does the park end?
If you look underwater, the gates are like right at the edge of the islands.
How do you... Oh, here.
Underwater view.
Oh.
Yeah. See? It's really not that big.
Okay. When's the goal?
I think
Year
it's
tree?
like-
Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay, I'm game for that. Next time.
Okay. Wait, you're doing that one next time?
Oh yeah. Maybe. We'll see. One of
Alright, I'm gonna let
one
you
of
go
the
here, 'cause-
available ones.
Oh, I was gonna say, anybody has questions or whatever for next podcast? feel
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, see here, 124,000.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna let you go here. My headset's annoying me
All right.
by beeping.